So join me in this video. We'll spend an overnight camp in my local Woodland. I did plan to be at the Lake Districts this weekend, but I'm still waiting for my car to be repaired. So we're going to use some permission woodland. I'm trying a completely new type of tent. You do need a hiking pole with it, but the rest of it I have no idea really how to set it up, how it goes together, anything. I've watched a couple of YouTube videos about it, so these sort of permission woodlands are a really good idea to be testing equipment, so they're taking it up to Lake Districts, Peak Districts, Scotland, anywhere like that, and finding out but it don't quite work for you. So yeah, I am going to be in my permission woodland tonight. I've got something nice to cook for tea. What else have we got? I've got a little wood burning stove, but then I've got a different way of having the fire because we've just had a hell of a storm and everywhere is just so wet, so I can imagine all the wood is just going to be no good to sit there trying to get a fire going, and all the smoke and everything. Basically, I want an easy camp, and I think we can do this. I really do. So join me on this video. I'll bring you back when we get to Woodland. So just as I've entered the Woodland, I'm getting a cannabis smell. So wonder if there's people around. Have an old flavoured cig. That's what you want to call them. Yeah, it looks like it's empty. I know they've been stamping down on people coming here now. Seems like the rain's starting again as well. I don't know how this shelter's going to cope with that. That will be interesting. Yeah. Not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. I got told the fire brigade had to come at Woodland, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I know there were a lot of wood lent up from this tree here, so it looked like someone's been having a fire there, doesn't it? Can't say about it, I've done it myself. The difference is I've got permission to be in this woodland. So if the landowner does come, he knows it's me, he'll just leave me alone. Right. Need to sort of find somewhere to set this tent up. So the shelter in a tent, 100% polyester, so that must be the inner mesh with a solid bathtub bottom, and then you get two of the outers, so you can have it half open or you can close it completely up like a pyramid tent. Now I seen another video on YouTube where he said you put your inner up first and then attach the rest of it, but this is like one of them poncho things, whatever it's called. Yeah, poncho. some pegs there. So if you're hiking around in like wet conditions, this is really good for that. And you get two of them, but it's each side of like the pyramid idea of the tent. But yeah, I could have done with this a couple of months ago when I was at the Lake Districts. But I'm just interested in using it as a tent really. So this is, it is good to have. It's very lightweight, it makes no difference at all really. Now I need to look at setting. I think we're going to get some more rain soon. We've got thunder and stuff like that today. Too bad I'm out, family business, but no what I could have done about it. Right, so this is the inner of the tent, I believe. Right, so that's the inner put up. You could just use it like that if you want on a warm summer's night. I've done that in a few tents already over the last couple of weeks. That would be another good idea for that. But now I definitely want to put at least 1/2 on it, and then we'll see just how easy it is to connect the second half. I need to take this waterproof coat off. But yeah, that is the little lightweight tent all set up. Now I'm going to have a quick mess around and just see how easy it is to connect the other side of it, because I do presume you have to use these zips. I'm not 100% sure if I got the top part right. I'm going to have to play around with that a bit more. But as a lightweight summer tent, I don't think we can knock it. It would be good if I can get the second half on, because I'd have like this space again but there for my equipment and stuff here, so it's not outside if it does rain. But yeah, as a little lightweight tent for summertime, bit of hiking stuff. You've always got your hiking poles with you anyway if you're hiking around. But having this little tent really helps, you know, take away the weight of your rucksack from carrying like a normal, you know, let's say 2 seasons tent. This is really lightweight. I really do like this idea. There's a lot of ventilation on the inside, so you won't get no condensation. You might on the inside of the fly sheet area, but not within the mesh. The mesh does not touch the outer fly sheet. What that is really good anyway. Now let me play around. Let's see how I get this other side up. Right, so I sort of believe I have it up probably 70% properly. I'm struggling with this one side. This side looks perfect, look at that. It just looks like it's a really good pyramid tent. I don't know why Onewind don't do this as like a pyramid idea, so it's a complete all-in-one with half a bedroom in a mesh. But yeah, I've got that side perfect, look at that. Absolutely perfect. It's just this one side that I can't get right, and I do need to work out how to do this top part a bit better. That's my hiking pole. If it's going to rain, how I've managed to do it, it may leak in, but it'll drip into the second half where I'll just be putting my bag and stuff. Everything else where I'll be sleeping is on this side. But yeah, I just can't get the second half here right, but it doesn't really matter too much. I can play around with it through night if I need to do. I must say I do like this shelter with the second part attached. I do need to work out the top part better, but that's what I was on about in the beginning of the video. You get some new equipment, you want to come and test it. Private Woodland is absolutely perfect. End of the day, if you can't do it, it's not working, the weather's changed, you're going to put yourself into a bit of danger, you can always just pack up and go home. It's better than doing it 200-300 miles away from home than having all that to deal with. Right, so that's my air mat, that's my sleeping bag, my pillow. Yeah, I might get this stuff set up, because I'll tell you something, I am getting really hungry, and for me, I don't like that feeling, so I do have my dinner ready to cook. So if you think the video seems rushed, I'm not rushing it, I'm just trying to get much as I can do with natural daylight. Plus I've got some courses that I need to do, not for work, for other purposes. So if I can spend a couple of hours later on just concentrating doing these courses, what I need, then it's perfect opportunity for me to do it tonight, isn't it? So yeah, I've got a bit of work to do, let's say. Look at me talking about courses there. What do you think of the shelter? I don't know why Woodland don't do that as a whole, like a pyramid, half bedroom. That'd be brilliant. It'd be absolutely perfect for what it is. Now, if you're liking what you're seeing and you feel like, oh, I could watch this idiot a few more times, I'll put some here on the screen if I remember. Try to help you subscribe to my channel. You won't need to press it, you'd have to go to where it says subscribe underneath the video and do it. But yeah, if you fancy subscribing to the channel, please do. See more of me and more of this camping. It is raining, but I think it's that fine. The trees are giving me a lot of coverage. That's good. Right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, anyway, winter time we do hot tent camping, different styles of hot tents, hammock hot tents, just different types of styles of hot tents. See all that, learning a lot of cooking to do with inside the hot tents, just to make the videos a lot more interesting. You know, instead of just saying, oh, I'm just flipping this burger or I'm just cooking this piece of steak, I want to try cook up some really nice meals. Like last year, I think I did like a Caribbean chicken. Yeah, Caribbean chicken. I want to do more meals like that really. I want to really, you know, up the game with hot tent camping this season. I really do. So yeah, bivvy bag, hammocks, tents, all types of tents, Lake Districts. I like to go up there a few times. Woodland camping is probably the key thing for me. You know what, I keep looking at that, I keep looking at the stove, I'm like, Dan, shut up. Get your tea done, you're hungry. So let's do that. Let's get cooking, eh? Right, so the air mat is called Light Tour. This air mat has got a double valved, so if one side punches or goes down, you have the comfortableness of the other side. I want to use it a couple more times and I'll bring it to the channel as like a review. My old trusty pillow, if you've been a long time subscriber, you'll know having this pillow really changed my night's sleeping while out camping. And then my Outdoor Vitals summer sleeping bag. I don't think I'll be getting in this. I'll probably just be throwing it over myself like a quilt. And through night I can always take it back off myself if I'm too warm. But that there is my setup for the night. So I thought I'd just talk about a couple of the other bits that I bring out with me. I do bring a little USB, what was that called? USB camping light. So basically I could stick that at the top somewhere there like that, let's say. It won't go in. And you get a little battery pack, what is here. Plug it in, turn it on, where's my switch? And then we have a light when it gets darker. Summertime I don't really intend to use it, but you know, I just like to have it in case I need to have it, in case Boogeyman comes down and scares me. I can turn the light on and tell me to get lost. Then I always have a head torch, my little radio, then my water filter is in here. I meant to take that to Lake Districts a couple of weeks ago and I forgot it. And then other things are some spare GoPro batteries, and then a light, recording light, a power lead to charge my phone or the GoPro if needed from the power bank. So it's just simple things like that really. And I always keep 4 emergency coffees in case, you know, I forget to pack them, and I've got some in here. So yeah, that's basically everything else that I bring out. What I may not show on camera. And I do have a little drinking cup as well. We have water. Always need a drink of water, don't we? Water's important. And then we've got food. But with it being the way it's rained, I was like, no way am I going to sit there, mess around for hours on end having a fire. So I got one of these fire log things out of my shed. And what I intend to do is use this little stove. Dead simple to set up. Dead simple. You can't see it, but I'm sure you can hear the racket it makes. And then I put my little grill on top, like so. And that just, you know, makes it a lot stronger. And what my idea is, I'm going to cut this up a little bit and just put a couple of pieces in there. And I'm going to use my firebox skillet to go on top, and I'm going to be cooking some steak, some beautiful steak. I've marinated it in a load of different seasonings overnight, so it should be very, very flavoured. Oh yes, just how I thought. It smells gorgeous the minute I open it. Wow. Coriander. I'm getting coriander, I think. Look. Got a little spice rack, and I don't know where the labels have gone, so I'm like, oh, that looks all right, we'll sprinkle some of that on, some of this on, some of this on, and I just left it like that. And it smells amazing. So without ado, I think I will start cooking, because like I say, I'm absolutely starving. Somehow I do need to work out how to cut this up, because I didn't bring a knife. I wonder if I can use the peg. I don't want too much of it. There's probably a quarter of it, something like that. Basically, it's just going to be a way of heat to heat the bottom of the skillet up to cook the steak in the skillet, innit? So that's the way it's going to be. Let's have a look how this works out. The thing with using this fire log as well is, I do quite like finding different ways to doing stuff. Like I say, if this works, it'll be pretty good, won't it? Right, so if I think about this much, let's just pull it apart. There we go. I'm going to put it in there like that. Set fire to that. Should be alright, shouldn't it? Right, so this is the problem that I have. Yeah, I don't have any. With my wife stopping smoking for a number of years now, when I first started all this, I used to be able to just nick one of her lighters. And now she's not smoked for a long time, we have no reason to buy these lighters. So now I have to think outside the box how to light this. Well, I don't recommend you doing that. It was just probably an easier way for me to get the fire going, because like I said, I don't have a way of lighting it. And sometimes you just got to think outside the box, but obviously be careful doing it as well. Right, so let's see how this idea goes. I know someone's going to say, you call yourself a woodsman, but you won't light a fire with wet wood. Yeah, you do it yourself for a long time. After a while, you just give up with all the smoke and try to find the dry wood and everything. You know, I'm trying to show people there's different ways you can do stuff outdoors. And I'm hoping this works. Sometimes you just can't do stuff the way you'd like to do. Oh, there we go. I just think there's a bit of a draft. coming from this side, so if I block that over, there we go, that's a lot better. See the difference? And I think we can push that back in a bit now to make it heat up the skillet a bit even. You know, sometimes it's just about overcoming a problem. That's all it's about, and if you can do it, well, it's a winner innit? Yeah, I'm just waiting for the skillet to warm up, and it's 9:15 at night. Oh, I have a couple of more months of this, won't we? It'll be dark again. Yeah, 9:15. It does sound like the rain's starting again, but my shelter's up. I should stay nice and dry in there. Right, let's get the meat on. Sizzle, let's see what we get. You know, I'm finding this video really peaceful for myself. You know, I'm liking the calmness of it. Everything's going at one pace, basically slow. I'm really enjoying the pace of it. I'm enjoying the quietness of the woodland. You can hear the birds. Now and again the rain picks up and then dies off again. I've got my steak cooking. The shelter's set up. I think this is the point of camping where everything is perfect that can be. That can be. Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. Apart from planes in the sky. If you need this and you think you want to do it, just be that person. Get up, get outdoors and give it a try. We're in summer now, it's the best time of year to do it. Like now, I don't know, what is it, 9:30 or something? If I started getting uncomfortable or I didn't want to be here, I could just pack up and go home very easily. It's a lot different if it's 9:30 at winter time. But just get out and give this a try. Honestly. Right, so I've taken the steak off. It's just sizzling away like a hot plate. But we will leave that for about a good 5 minutes. Well, this won't break any records boiling the water. It's taken absolute ages. Must be at least 20 minutes now. I don't think it's anywhere near boiling. Right, so we are caveman style. Tell me who sits at home and he has a steak and don't use the fingers. Oh yes. Wow, them flavours. Wow. I'm tasting everything. Salt, bit of pepper, just flavours. And I just don't know what to put on it. I hope I can remember because I want to do this one again. Wow, it's definitely got some good flavours. Oh yeah. Very, very slightly pink on the inside. That just gives more flavour and juice. I think for these 2 steaks, I think about £5 something from Tesco's. But it gives a nice meal, doesn't it? I don't know if you are a subscriber to the channel, but I'm not a big lover of a load of veg and stuff like that. Yeah, it's healthy for you, I get that, but for me, I'm not a vegetable person who eats veg. I'm not a vegetable person. I'm not a person that eats a lot of veg. Now, sometime in August, I'll tell you now about it. You'll see a different type of video pop up on the channel. Maybe around the 23rd of August, something like that. It's going to be a different type of video. It ain't going to be different in like the outdoors, but it's going to be a different type of video. So do keep a lookout for that. I'm excited to actually going to be doing it. Now I hope that I do get to do it. Now I've mentioned it on the channel to my followers. If I don't do it, when I come back after my holidays, I'll explain what happened to that upload. Now I still get a lot of comments, people saying you talk too much, shut up talking, show us the camping. Well, this is the camping, and I'm a talkative person. I like to talk to people, engage with them. Like now, I'm just by myself out. So talking to you guys on the camera, you know, it feels like you are here with me. It feels like you're part of the camp, and that's great. Obviously we all can't fit in the tent, but you're here with me, and that's important to me. So I just had near enough, let's say, a 1 hour 45 minutes live stream on the channel. If you've not yet seen it, if you go to underneath the main part, it'll say live streams. You click on that, you can see it there. Yeah, it's been a really good live stream, that was. Quite a few thousand people came in and out of it, so I'm deeply impressed with that. I do need to zip this tent up because there's a lot of little flies coming in now, and they will bite me through the night, so I do need to zip this up. I'm going to lay and do them courses, and then I'll bring you back later on through the night, I think. Well, good morning, campers. 6:30 in the morning. I've actually slept in better being out in this tent last night. I'm normally awake for 5, half 5, no matter what. So I'm thinking when I get up, I'm going to send Woodland an email. I'm going to ask them could they consider making this tent as this outer as a complete unit. So like a pyramid type. And then I think this tent could be used a lot through the summer. It'd still be nice and lightweight. And another thing is, I'm just going to put some stuff away inside the tent, like my sleeping bag, my air mat, my pillow, get my clothes on, because I'm going to have to empty my rucksack, because I've noticed there's a lot of spiders around it. So they've gathered around my rucksack through the night. I'm definitely going to have to sort that out. I'm not taking any little spiders backed at home, even though we do have house spiders, but you know what I mean, don't you? Yeah, I'm gonna have to let's get all this stuff sorted and get that bag looked at, get it all emptied. So last night in my little live stream that I did, I sort of made out that I want in this woodland, that I'm in a different woodland, and I did that on purpose because previous time I did that, then there was someone walking around a woodland with a torch looking for me. Now I believe that might have been a follower of the channel, or maybe not, we don't know. So I made out like I'm in a different woodland, just in case people wondered that or recognised it within the video to what I was on about in the previous live stream. But yeah, I just thought I'd make that clear now before people start asking me. I did it for my own safety. I don't think it's a lie. I think it's more about just being more careful and all else. So the thing with this cast iron skillet is, every time you use it, you need to retreat it with oil. Well, I do anyway. I'm not even sure if that's the right way to do it, but every time I seem to do that. You know, if it would have been a really nice night last night, no rain and stuff, just setting the tent up like that would have worked really well. Even if you could just sit there, there's my stuff getting sorted. You know, I could have had a bit of a fire there if there was some more wood around, but it seems like they've been around the woodland and collected every bit of deadfall or anything available, really. But yeah, that would have been a really good setup, that. I do need to work out the top of this a bit better. Now I'm thinking I should have had that in the ground and used the bottom part here, what you put your hands on, gone under there and then pulled this tighter like that, you know, around the hiking pole maybe. But I'll have a few more goes with this, because it seems to be a really nice lightweight idea. See, that looks a bit better like that, but then the inner mesh is slightly baggy, so I wonder then if we have to pull the corners out a bit more to make the inner mesh a bit better to fit. That looks a lot better like that, and I'm wondering then if the second one can come over it on this side and it seals it up. Yeah, I'll have a lot more goes with this, so I'm very intrigued. Right, so there we go. You can just see where the ground is dry from me protecting it from the rain, but leave no trace as to where we need to go. Well, that were a lovely camp, to be honest, really nice. I wish I would have got here a lot earlier yesterday, but just a lot of family things to do. Yeah, could have more time instead of it being like semi-rushed. The course, I've got 8 courses done. I'll talk about that later on down the line. I don't want to talk too much about it yet, but yeah, I got a lot done what I needed to do, thank God. But for now, I'm going to make my way off home and probably crack on uploading this video, really. So thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody. If you want to subscribe, I'll put a video up there if you want to watch it. I'll put my logo here, press that. I think it helps you subscribe to the channel if that's what you really want to do. But for now, thank you very much, and thanks for joining me on the live stream last night as well. Most of all, thank you for joining me on this video. I'll see you next time.